Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I will show you some high boost team for this season that you can use, but I think this season there isn't too many good Z tier, so the score is gonna be super low. You don't need that much boost to get the one cut, of course, and the CC I think it's gonna be around 92 million or so, maybe 95 at maximum. So you don't need to really use high boost if you want just the CC. You can use just the team that works for you before, have 2 Z tier for it, bring them for the last 10 fight, and it should be okay. I will show you how it works in a second. As you can see on the left table from fight 1 to 14, the win streak bonus is very low. It's not really worth it risking your Z tier and lowering them in HP. So bringing them from fight 15 to 25 is more optimal, so you can get as much point as possible. Fight 1 to 14 you try to keep yourself healthy and bring your high boost at the end. Moreover, friendship is super important. It's gonna increase your stat, it's gonna make you faster, and you're gonna tank better, survive better. That's why I always recommend to have friendship. I will put the summary for friendship here. So it will increase your stat by 5%. Your opponent are gonna be slower and you're gonna have more HP and more defenses. You're gonna survive the 25 TP easier. If you are running a high boost team, I would really recommend friendship 10 on your main team, friendship 5 on your bench at least, so you can survive better. For star requirement, it's gonna be as followed on screen. You can just pause it if you want to, so don't put any low star character. I would say no one below 7 star, and before DBL 49, so before LL Cooler, no one below 9 star if possible. For equipment, it's the same as always. You can have a clash equip on everyone that gives HP and double offense, a car equip on everyone that gives HP, and the last equip is gonna depend on the type of character you have. So if you have range, you put the Goku one on the bottom right. If you have a defense type, you put the Janemba, and so on. So that's basically it for the equipment. In terms of schedule, we have the teams video today. On Saturday is gonna be the full guide. I will show you how to target all 25 fights. On Monday or Sunday, I'm gonna review your teams. You can submit them on Twitter. It's gonna be in the description, the post you can submit on, or on Discord there is a team submission channel. The deadline is gonna be Sunday, 4 hours after reset, so I can record and I have time to upload it. If I can upload it the same day, I will. If I cannot, it's gonna be on Monday. And next week, not this week, on Saturday, it's gonna be my gameplay video using the full Piccolo team. I will show you the team later. I don't think a lot of people can use the same team because basically I have every Piccolo 14 star apart from the KP who's 13 star. So I plan to give you a Regen Alternative. It's gonna be at the end of the video, so you can switch out a couple of characters and still follow my gameplay a little bit. Just gonna need to tweak some stuff, but overall it's gonna be a little bit similar, to be fair. Even the Regen team is gonna be better because it's gonna have Super Baby 2 as a healer, and I'm gonna have Tambourine as a healer, and it's not as good, let's say. Now let's get to the first team. The first team is gonna be Elui and Frieza Force. What you're gonna do is have these two as Z tier. We're gonna go to Z tier here, and we're gonna have this EX Frieza, who is pretty good. If you have him at least 7 star, he's gonna work, but if you have him 7 star, I would advise to friendship him at least to rank 5. You're gonna have this guy who is free to play. You can go farm him and 14 star him right now. For S tier, I'm gonna have 3 of them, but I think you need only 2. So I'm gonna have this 2 free to play you can go farm easily, and you're gonna have this cooler, but I don't think you really need this cooler. I just put him here if you need a 3 S tier. I would rather have this Frieza instead, the revival, and you're gonna have double healer in your team. Just remember this Frieza heal on his left and right, so you're gonna put his characters on his left and right if you want to heal them. Like here, he's healing the golden Frieza and the cooler. And then we're gonna have this Frieza, really good Zenkai, and he's gonna Zenkai buff red LV, so he's gonna Zenkai buff your EX Frieza. You're gonna have this free to play Frieza as your second healer or main healer if you don't want to use this revival Frieza. Now as a replacement for characters you do not own, for example this red Frieza, revival Frieza, or yellow angel Frieza, you can use this full power Frieza. He's really good. If you want, you can use this ultra Frieza if you have him. Really nice character. You're gonna have triple Grindo, And then you can use the full power Zenkai Frieza, who is pretty nice. He's gonna be here. You can use this green cooler if you want to, but triple green again. And you have this first form Frieza who can work. Now do not worry too much about this guy. Of course he's not LOE, but he's Frieza Force and event exclusive. So someone like him is gonna buff him since he can buff event exclusive. And he's gonna get enough Z ability, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Z ability, which is good enough for a Z tier. And you bring them for the last 10 fight. This guy is gonna get Zenkai buffed with the red Frieza if you do have him. That's basically it for Blast LOE / Frieza Force. Now let's get to the next team. Movie is one of the best high tier team you can use this season, and the Blast variant in particular. You're gonna have a similar base to Frieza Force and LOE. You're gonna have these two coolers that are free to play, you can go farm them right now. They're blast based, which is nice. Then you're gonna have this Frieza who is movie 2 and he's blast based, and you can go farm him. For S tier, we're gonna have this Roshi, plus we're gonna have the Amond. The Amond is a pretty good character, pretty nice. If he's at least 7 star, I would use him, but he need to be friendship 10 at first 7 star because he's not tanky. But 9 star is gonna be more preferable. If you do not have Amond, I would advise Super Gogeta, so you can Zenkai buff your green cooler, and he's gonna be decent. If you don't have Super Gogeta, you can use this cooler, he's gonna do the same job. He's a little bit better, I would say, but yeah, he can be used. I would also have this Piccolo if you do not have either. He's a nice blast based character. For this Roshi, what you can do is basically replace him with the Red Pan. She's also an HP buffer, but Roshi is S tier and he's better for blast team. But if you do not have him at least 9 star, I would replace him with Red Pan, of course. Now let's get for the Z tier. You're gonna have 2 characters. You don't have too much choices. I would say Bardock plus Turles are the 2 best choices for this team in particular. If you do not have one of them, you can use this guy, which is the purple one here. You can maybe use this Bojack, the green one, if he is 14 star. He's a support unit, but his defense stats are pretty low. This is art boosted for me, so do not look into it too much. He's gonna be much lower for most, but he has some support and you can use him in easier fight. Other than that, these 2 guys need to be at least 9 star, I would say, the Bardock and the Turles. If your team is super high star, is the main team, and you have an HP buffer like Pan and Roshi at high star, you can have this Bardock at 7 star, he might do the job. That's basically it for movie. Pretty good team, one of the best safe high tier boosts this season, I would say. We get to Dragon Ball, one of the best again. It's a really good team if you have everyone. The Z tier, you don't have too much choices. You have the Roshi and the Tambourine. I would say if you do not have one of them, just remove him. You have enough S tier to do the work for you. I would remove the Tambourine if you do not have Tambourine, and go with the S tiers that you have here, which is the Goku, Jackie Chun, then the Yellow Roshi plus Green DKP. If you do not have Jackie Chun, you remove him too. It's fine, it's not gonna be a big problem. 3 S tier plus 1 Z tier is gonna be fine again. Then for replacement, you're gonna have the 2 Bulmas. For example, if you do not have Jackie Chun and the Tambourine, just have the 2 Bulmas and they will do the job for you. And it's gonna be like that. You're gonna have 3 S tier, 1 Z tier, and 2 A tier, which is good enough for the points. But if you want to go max boost, of course, you're gonna need Jackie Chun plus Tambourine, and he's gonna go here. Now, if you want a better team in game, there is a debate on putting someone like the Bulma instead of the DKP, since she is much better than the DKP, and she's gonna Zenkai buff your EX with Z tier, and she's gonna Zenkai buff your Jackie Chun, of course, who is your 3rd healer. In this team you have 3 healer, Tambourine, Goku and Roshi, so use them well and you should be okay for this season. I don't think you really need Bulma if you have the 3 healers. It's gonna be okay, to be fair. You don't have that much choices, but if you have the team, you're gonna be okay. You can use Path to Power if you want to as a replacement for a character you're missing. But yeah, you're gonna need at least one of Jackie Chun, 23rd World Tournament Goku, or Tambourine as a healer. Even 2 of them if possible, but one of them need to be in your team. Now let's get to the next one. Saiyan Saga, they have a really nice Z tier in Yajirobe, who is an HP buffer for the team. Plus he's gonna have some really nice damage cut for not so old EX. He's gonna have okay defenses. I have some art boost, of course, but it's gonna be still fine for you. Then you're gonna have this Gohan, who is okay as Z tier. He has 20% damage cut. He doesn't have the Z ability, but that's fine. He has the Sound Fam, and you have a couple of Sound Fam in your team. Then for S tier, you're gonna have the two Mega Rising. Really good characters. This guy is a hard hitter. He can heal allies. He can support. He's pretty nice. This guy is pretty tanky. I think he's better than Yamcha even, and he's gonna survive well. He's gonna do some good damage. He's not the fastest, but he's gonna be okay in your team. Then I'm gonna put this guy, the Fitku, who is a Zenkai buffer for blue Saiyan Saga, and you're gonna have two other blue, so we're gonna need him. Plus, he's gonna have a nice Z ability. Then I've put Piccolo. I don't think he's the best, but I've put him here because we're gonna have him Zenkai buff the Green Gohan. But I would advise to remove him and put any Saiyan Saga character you pulled from the anniversary who is high star, and he's gonna do the job. You still have two S tier. You still have 2 G tier. It should be enough for the points. Or if you do not have any new unit, I would advise to put the LL Piccolo and he will do the job for you. But if you have someone like Nappa, it would be better. Although if you have this Gohan, he's gonna give 15% damage to that Piccolo. He still should be fine if he is Z7, of course. Now everyone needs to be at least 9 star. The Zenkai can be Z7, 7 star. And I would say this free to play need to be 14 star, of course. That's basically it for Saiyan Saga. If you have the characters, the Mega Rising, it's gonna be a nice team. If you do not, I wouldn't really advise it. Although you can use the new characters like LL Vegeta, the Ape one, LL Kaioken. Put them all in a team, just add the 2Z tier and you should be fine. Make sure you have this guy as a healer, of course. Now let's get to the next team. Strike Saiyan team this season, pretty decent. You're gonna have triple yellow. Now you don't need to use triple yellow, but since you have some nice boost of them, you can do that. And for this team, you're gonna have 2 Z tier. Actually, I would use the Tora over the Fasha because Tora is more strike based. He gives Saiyans strike attack Z ability, and you're gonna have this guy who gives double defense. Even if he's range based, it's gonna be okay. If you have them both 9 star, you can use them. If you do not have one of them 9 star, I would farm this Nappa, 14 star him and use him. You're gonna have a strike attack Z ability and he's gonna be fine in your team. If you have only one of them, you have only Nappa, you can use Fasha as a second Z tier if she is 9 star. Now for S tier, you're gonna have the Mega Rising Goku, the 2 Mega Rising actually, but you don't really need them. If you are missing one, you can remove him and put a good strike character that is Saiyan. You have a lot of them actually, so you don't worry too much about it. For example, the Zenkai Goku is gonna do the job. Any LL that you pulled that is Goku and his melee type recently, he's gonna work. For example, let's say this guy, you have him, he's gonna work. You're gonna have, for example, this Daima Goku. You're gonna have the other Daima Goku. Anyone that is high star, at least 9 star. Zenkai is like this guy need to be Z7, 7 star, and he should be fine. This guy also can work. And just check they have the Saiyan Z ability, and you should be fine. Another thing you can do is go full Goku team. So we're gonna remove this Vegeta. This Vegeta is your healer, and if you have the 23rd War Tournament Goku, you don't really need this Vegeta, but just in case, you can have him as a healer. If you do not have this 23rd, you can remove him and keep Vegeta. Otherwise, what you can do is have a full Goku team and use this Kakarot Goku as your HP buffer. And we're gonna have this Goku here. If you do not have him, you can replace him, it's fine. For example, you can put this guy and he should do the job. Or let's put the Daima Goku if you want to, and anyone should be fine as long as they are strike based. So let's put this guy here since he's new as a Zenkai, and let's put the Tag 4 for example, and your team should be fine as in full Goku team. If you do not have this guy, you can use the EX Super Saiyan Goku if he's 9 star. And if you use the EX Super Saiyan Goku, try to use the Kaioken with him as a Zenkai buff so he can be a little bit tankier. He is also a mini healer, even if the 23rd World Tournament Goku will do a better job overall. Same here, you can use your Mega Rising Saiyan Saga Goku. If you have him at least 7 star, he would be really good in this team. For example, you can use him over the Tag 4. Just make sure you have your Kakarot Goku as an HP buffer. If you do not have him, go with the Saiyan team, the strike one that I showed you, and have number 1 Vegeta. For number 1 Vegeta as a Zenkai, you can have multiple one. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is the better one because he is strike based. But you can have this guy as a Zenkai buffer for this guy. If you do not have him, you can have Yellow Bardock, and he should work too as a Zenkai buffer with the Yellow Bardock. He's here, and we have a Zenkai buffer for this guy because he's not the tankiest. Pretty low stat for all the unit. Even if he has damage cut, it's cancelable, and it's gonna be only on the first attack. And he has a conditional damage cut on Regen PO, which is annoying. We won't face every time a Regen and PO, so we're gonna need a Zenkai buff on him. That's basically it about Saiyans. Now let's get to the next one. And here it is, my final team, and it's gonna be the one I'm gonna use on the gameplay video. It's gonna be a full Piccolo farm team, so all the DKPs, Piccolos, and Tambourine, of course, he's one of his sons, and he's Z tier, so it's gonna be handy for me. Plus, he's gonna be my healer for the team. He's gonna heal allies a little bit, and I'm gonna have 2 Z tier in my team, which is gonna be this guy. He's not the best, but he can heal allies a little bit, and I art boosted him max. In fact, everyone in my team is art boosted. Every Piccolo in my box is actually art boosted, even the hero one. So it's like that. And we're gonna have 2 S tier or 3 S tier, I think. 3 S tier actually. So we're gonna have the Kamikolo, Green Piccolo, and Green DKP. I have this Green Piccolo for a reason, because he can buff greens. This guy is not regen, so you're gonna need some Z ability on him. He's DB, and he's gonna get buffed since he's green. And we're gonna have the DB characters like this DKP, who is buffing DB, the other DKP, and the Piccolo Jr. So he's gonna have some nice Z abilities. Now my team is not Strike, it's not Blast, which is annoying, but we're gonna do with that. And this guy is gonna come handy since he has a double offense ability. The DKP is gonna get his Strike attack. The Piccolo Jr. is gonna get the Blast attack, which is Blast based. And that's basically what we're going to do. I'm having this guy instead of the LL Piccolo for that reason, and there is another reason for that, and it's for targeting. Since the superhero Piccolo and the LL DKP are super fast, they're gonna attack start of turn, so I can snipe green enemies faster or easier. I just have Tambourine attacking with them, which is not a big problem. I can either bench Tambourine and or make him help them attacking green at the start. He's type neutral, it's not really an issue. I have also 2 slow greens, which is nice, green DKP and green Zenkai Piccolo, so I can attack blues end of turn. And that's basically the reason why I'm using superhero Piccolo instead of the LL one. For the green, it's just the Z ability. For the blue, I wanted an extra blue, and he's S tier. And the EX is just a Z tier, Tambourine a Z tier, Piccolo Jr. because he's one of the best Piccolos in the game, and LLDKP, I wanted to try him in the game because I didn't before. Now, let's say you do not have the full Piccolo team, which I reckon most people do not. You can still use Regen as an alternative, and we're gonna remove the Tambourine, of course, the purple DKP, and the Piccolo Jr. The best alternative, I would say, is put the blue baby as your healer. He's gonna go here as your main healer instead of Tambourine. He's a much better healer, of course, but be careful with baby. You're gonna heal on the left and right. Tambourine gonna have a different healing ability, so you can adjust a little bit in the fights. Then we're gonna have the purple cell, who is the best alternative for the DKP. He's gonna be fast like the purple Piccolo, so you're gonna have 2 fast characters in your team. Otherwise, you can use the other purple cell. He's gonna do a drop too, and you wanna have also the Metal Cooler if you have him high star as an alternative for DKP. For the red, I would say it's gonna be the red 21. Now, not everyone has red 21, so it's gonna be unfortunate. But if you do have her, she will do the job, of course, and she's gonna be similar to Piccolo Jr. Otherwise, just put any good character you have. Let's say we're gonna put another purple with the purple LL cell. I would say this one is better, but if you do not have him, you can use this one. And here you can either put a good blast character who is regen, like you're gonna have the yellow LFDKP, you're gonna have the 21 that I showed you. You're gonna have many characters that gonna work. Just be careful, do not have triple green, it's gonna be a little bit annoying with that. So let's see the option that we have here. You can put boot tanks, you can put LL Kid Boo, you can put this guy but triple green, so we try to avoid it. Same with 21, she's good but triple green. This green Gohan and this 21 can be used instead of the green Piccolo if you do not have the Zenkai. But if you remove green Piccolo, you're gonna need to add another S tier, and I will show you in a second. Other than that, the free-to-play alternative I would say is this yellow cell, who's gonna work I would say, but he's not gonna buff regen, only powerful opponent, so he's not the best really. But if you do not have anyone, you can use him. Other than that, for S tier, as I said, if you remove the green Piccolo, I would put another S tier instead, like this yellow Piccolo, who is pretty decent as a Legend Rod. If you have him Zenkai, you can use him. Other than that, you can put both of them if you want to. You're still gonna be fine, and you're gonna have 4 S tier. Since we removed Tambourine as a second G tier, I would actually do that and have 4 S tier with Kamikolo, the yellow Legends Rod, the KP, and the green Piccolo, and you should be fine with Baby as your healer. And that's basically it for today's video. Have a good one and goodbye. See you Saturday for the full guide.